Hello friends, good morning. Today we are going to deal with the fertility and fertility statistics to the fourth sem students, because this is the first time that we are undergoing online lectures. The fertility means actual bearing of the children by women in her reproductive period, that is 15 to 45 years or 49 years, a span of 30 years. She is exposed and bearing the number of children, that is called the fertility. A woman who marries at 15th year of age and living till 45 years with her husband is exposed to the risk of pregnancy for 30 years and may give rise to birth of 15 children. Now we will talk what are the factors which are responsible for increase or decrease fertility rates. If the fertility rates are high, any reason or in any country, the population explosion will take place. So we have to study the factors and what are the controlling factors of this fertility rate. So age at marriage is one of the factors, duration of the married life, spacing of the children, education of the couple, economic status, caste and religion, nutrition, family planning, and some other miscellaneous factors which influence the fertility of the country. The fertility factors in detail: age at marriage. High fertility rate is observed if one marries at less than 18 years. 30% of the fertility rate can be declined by shifting the marriage age from 16 to 21 years. So Sarda Act in 1929 and Child Marriage Restraint Act in 1978, they governed the age at marriage for the boys and girls. For girls, it is shifted from 15 years to 18 years. For boys, it is shifted from 18 years to 21 years. Now, the duration of the married life plays an important role in maintaining the fertility rate of any country or any region. So, if the duration is 4 to 5 years of married life, the percent of the birth is 10 to 25%. If the duration of marriage is 5 to 15 years, the birth rate will be 50 to 55 years. More than 25 years of married life will give rise to few births. So the percentage of birth are few. So the earlier ages of marriage are the more vulnerable to give rise to more number of children, and fertility will be high. The point here is that we have to concentrate upon the early married couple, that is the eligible couple, and we have to apply all our family welfare methods like contraceptive methods, health education, awareness, and if they have completed their family, we can go for terminal methods like vasectomy and tubectomy. Spacing of the children also play an important role in fertility. All the births are postponed by 1 year. The total fertility rate declines in each age group, and if the marriages are postponed by 3 to 4 years, the fertility rate will be decreased to about 30%, study says. Education also plays an important role in the fertility. It is inversely proportional to the fertility rate. That means more the education, less the fertility. Especially the female literacy rate plays an important role, and the female decision making in the family also declines the fertility rate. The National Family Health Survey 4 shows the fertility rate of 1.07 is highly educated females is better than those educated up to higher secondary level. The lesser educated females will be having more fertility rates. The economic status also plays an important role in the fertility. Higher the economic status, lower the fertility rate. So, it is said that economic development is the best contraceptive. Now, the caste and religion also plays an important role in fertility. Total fertility rate varies religion to religion and caste to caste. Suppose in our country, if you see all the three major religions, in Muslims, it is the total fertility rate as per the National Family Health Survey 4, it is 2.6, and in Hindus it is 2.1, in Christians it is 1.9. Again, in Hindus, depending upon the caste structure, if the higher class is there, the fertility rate will be less. In the lower classes, the fertility will be more, depending upon the culture, taboos, beliefs, etc. The nutrition has an indirect effect on fertility rate. All well-fed societies have lower fertility rates than poorly fed societies. Family planning plays a key role in fertility rate. See the birth rate and death rate from country to country in Southeast Asia. In 1990, India is having a birth rate of 31. By 2018, it has come down to 20. Likewise, the death rate, it was 1990, it was 11. It has now come to 6.4, around 6. Likewise, Sri Lanka, the birth rate was 21, reduced to 16. The death rate, which was 7, reduced to 6. There is not much decline in the death rate after it has attained certain level. Because of other causes, we will discuss at a later time. So these are the birth and death rates which have declined due to various family planning implementation methods, awareness and all. So the decline in birth and death rate mostly due to the political will. The administrators want that our population should not explode and it should not give rise to problems in the form of space or economy or employment, whatever problem may be. The political system does not want the population to be exploded. So strong political will give rise to decline in the birth and death rate because of their policies. And increased education is give rise to more awareness, more information, more knowledge, more thinking power, and what is right, and thus they take voluntary decision to limit their fertility. Family planning programs and other services availability is much more important role to play in fertility. And availability of contraception, the cafeteria method, whatever is needed for the people, it should be available. It is called felt need. Change in marriage pattern. Marriage pattern now it is shifted to a higher age, so thus the fertility is also declining. So other factors influencing the fertility. The place of women in society. Women play a pivotal role in the family. Their place in the society, their decision making in family, limiting or family education play an important role. Value of the children in society, how children are important. If the child is well protected, if there is a guarantee that he lives healthily for a lengthy period, parents are not bothered. Earlier, there was much child deaths are there, neonatal deaths, infant and mortality rates were very high. That's why they were not giving any importance to the number of children. They go on producing children. Now the value of the children has increased. Even a single child, rearing of the single child becomes very costly. That's why they themselves restricted the family. The breastfeeding, it is also acts as a contraceptive. As long as the child takes breastfeeding, there, there, there won't be second conception. So breastfeeding is also a contraceptive directly. Industrialization and urbanization, cultural changes will play an important role, and more information can be gathered through media and through various ways. Better health conditions. People are maintaining better health conditions due to awareness and all, and we have much better productions. They are maintaining the productive life. They are maintaining the health conditions. Community involvement. Involvement of the community, what we call as a community participation, is important in any program, and same is in the family welfare program. So community involvement in the form of the motivation of the people, education of the people, bringing the people for undergoing sterilization or accepting the small family norms, play a much better role. The government programs are already there. The government is investing a lot of amount from each 5-year plan. They are increasing the amount towards national health programs. So the effect of the program also will influence the fertility. Now, coming to the fertility statistics or fertility indicators. Now, this fertility, the bearing of the children, the capacity to bear the number of children can be measured through various indicators. They are good birth rate, general fertility rate, general marital fertility rate, age-specific fertility rate, age-specific marital fertility rate, total fertility rate, total marital fertility rate, and general reproductive rate, and net reproduction rate, then couple protection rate, child-women ratio, pregnancy rate, abortion ratio, marriage rate, and general marriage rate. These are all indicators to measure the fertility. So out of these, few are very sensitive, like good birth rate, total fertility rate, and abortion rate, general marriage rate. The fertility related statistics now we study in detail. The fertility may be measured by a number of indicators. Stillbirths, fetal deaths, abortions are not included while measuring this fertility rate. The fertility indicators are birth rate, as we enlisted in the earlier slide, the number of live births in 1 year per 1,000 mid-year population. Here, mid-year population is taken. That's why it is an unsatisfactory measure of the fertility, because in mid-year population, all the people are there, male, female, all age group people are there. That's why it is not a sensitive measure of fertility, as total population is not exposed to the childbearing. The birth rate now is 20.4 in 2016 in India. General fertility rate. The number of live births in 1 year per 1,000 mid-year female population between 15 to 45 years or 49 years, which is the reproductive age in the same year. Here, the female population is included in the denominator. That's why it has got more meaning than the birth rate. General fertility rate is 74.4 in 2016 in India. General marital fertility rate. The number of live births in 1 year in a particular geographical area per 1,000 mid-year married female population between 15 to 45 years or 49 years of age in the same year. General marital fertility rate is 113.3 in 2016. Here the married females are included, not all the females, the married females are included. That is the difference between one indicator to other indicator. Indicator after indicator, they are defining the definition and making it more sensitive. So general marital fertility rate includes married female population, the reproductive age as denominator. Now the age-specific fertility rate is very sensitive indicator because which age group the fertility rate is less and in which indicator the fertility rate is more, we will study. The number of live births in a particular age group in 1 year in a particular geographical area where 1000 median female population of the same age group, the denominator will be the same age group as the numerator in the same year. So here you see from 15 to 19 years, the fertility rate is 10.7, 20 to 24, it is 135.4, 25 to 29 years, it is 166. So the age group from 20 to 29 is having higher fertility rate. So we have to concentrate upon this age group for applying our family welfare methods and contraceptive methods or health education regarding family welfare and limitation of the family, small family norms. For that purpose, age-specific rate fertility is very important. It is a precise measure of fertility rate. It shows fertility pattern and it is a sensitive indicator of family planning achievements. If we reduce the fertility rate here in this age group, and there will be a good achievement of the family planning program. Now the age-specific marital fertility rate. Number of live births in a particular age group in a year, in a particular area, per 1000 mid-year married female population of the same age group in the year, the particular year. So that is married female population is taken as denominator. Total fertility rate. Total fertility rate is very important. It is a good indicator how the country is progressing as far as the fertility is concerned, whether it is able to decrease its fertility rate or not. So total fertility rate is defined as the average number of children a woman would have if she passes through 15 to 49 years bearing children at the same rate as women now in each age group. That means if the women passes through all the age groups specified in the last slide, all these age groups and all these fertility rates, then what will be the family size? So you have to sum up all the age-specific fertility rates in each group and multiply by 5 because the class interval there is 5. Multiply and divide by 1000. 1000 population, how many children are born? The total fertility rate per woman, that is total fertility rate is 2.3 in 2016. The total fertility rate gives the approximate magnitude of the completed family size. That means each woman in India on an average gives birth to 2.3 children. Gross reproductive rate. The average number of girls to be born to a woman if she passes the current fertility rates throughout her reproductive period of 15 to 45 or 49, assuming no mortality. Gross reproductive rate is 1.1 in 2016 in India. The number of girls to be born to a woman if she passes the current fertility rates, and NRR, net reproduction rate. This is also very sensitive indicator. The number of daughters, it is defined as the number of daughters a newborn girl will bear during her lifetime, assuming fixed age-specific fertility rates and age-specific marital fertility rates. The newborn girl during her entire life and passing through the reproductive stage, how many daughters is going to give birth? Net reproduction rate 1 is our goal. It should be 1. It can be achieved only if total fertility rate is less than 2.1. Our TFR is 2.3, but here the goal is 2.1. If the TFR is less than 2.1, then we achieve NRR of 1. And more than 60% of the eligible couples are effectively protected. It means the NRR 1 means more than 60% of the eligible couples are, if they are effectively protected through the available contraceptive methods, then we will achieve NRR 1. NRR of 1 is equivalent to attaining approximately the 2-child norm. That means each couple will have 2 children. Less than 1 represents the reproductive performance of the population is below the replacement level. So they won't replace the population what they are having. In some countries like Germany and Scandinavian countries, their replacement level are below the normal. It is the NRR is a demographic indicator. It is 1.1 in 2016. The total fertility in India, you can say, is less than 2.1. The orange areas Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The pink areas 2.1 to 3. These are all pink areas: Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Odisha, and West Bengal. More than 3 fertility rate is Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Uttarakhand. Child-women ratio. The number of children between 0 to 4 years per 1,000 women in reproductive age group is the child-women ratio. It is 100 to 42. If there are 100 women, the children will be 42 according to 2011 census. For the pregnancy rate is the number of pregnancies in a year divided by the number of married women in the reproductive age group. That was 27 in 2007 and 24 in 2011. The abortion rate, the number of abortions per 1,000 women in reproductive age group. That is, abortions per 1,000 females in the reproductive age. The abortion ratio is number of abortions in 1 year divided by number of live births in the same year. Now the marriage rate, the number of marriages per 1,000 mid-year population. General marriage rate, number of marriages in a year per 1,000 unmarried persons in 15 to 49 years. Here the denominator is mentioned, the age group 15 to 49, unmarried persons are given, and marriages, the number of marriages in the numerator. That's why the general marriage rate is a more sensitive indicator and it gives some meaning. And it's more accurate if computed for women than men, as more men marry at older age than women. It is more sensitive than crude marriage rate. Now the fertility trends. The fertility trends change from time to time, place to place, region to region, depending upon the socio-cultural, socio-developmental factors. In the global scenario, the average fertility rate is 1.9. Indian scenario, the average fertility rate is 2.3. Now, the average annual growth rate is the birth rate minus death rate by 10. By 10 means because we take birth rate and death rate once in 10 years. That's why if we divide by 10, it gives annual average growth rate. So if the growth rate, average annual growth rate is 0.1 to 0.5, it is set to a slow growth, and the population doubling time is 140 years. The population will be doubled in 140 years at this rate of growth. The rate of growth is 1.5 to 2. It's a very rapid growth, and population will be doubled within 36 years. If it is very high, the average annual growth rate, if it is very high, 3 to 4, is highly explosive, and within the span of 18 years, the population, whatever is there now, will be doubled in 18 years. In Europe, the average growth rate is 0.5. In Asia, 1.5. In Africa, it is 2.2. The world growth rate is 1.9 in 1970. In 2000 is 1.1. Now, the milestones of population, how the population has increased, how much time it took from one stage to another. At first AD, 250 million was the population they presumed. In order to arrive at 1 billion, they took 1800. The globe took 1804 years. To add the second billion, it took only 123 years. To add third billion, 34 years. Fourth billion is added in 13 years. Fifth billion is added in another 13 years. Sixth billion is added in 12 years. And seventh billion is added in 12 years. You see, from 123 years to 12 years is reduced. So, by this, we can know how rapidly the population is growing. This doubling time is reduced. In spite of our family planning methods, our awareness, our limitation, the population is growing, and it is now, we are now in the 7th billion, 2011, according to 2011 census, we are in the 7th billion. For 8th billion to reach, we are not far away, only 4 years far away from the 8th billion. In order to reach 8th billion from 7th billion, it takes 13 years. The 9th billion will be added in another 18 years, that is 2042, you will see the 9th billion. You see the population trends earlier. In the first phase, pre-industrial period, the birth rate and the death rate are almost high. They are very high. Each indicator is high. In the second phase, the birth rate gradually flattened, and the death rate steeply fallen because of the development, transitional phase, because of the development and control of the deaths by various means. In the third phase is again transition phase, birth rate steeply fallen, and met the flattened curve of death rate. In the fourth phase, actual industrial phase, the birth rate and death rate is almost constant. There is no much decline, further decline, it is flattened. The birth rate is fluctuating from high to low, remain high. The gap between the birth rate and death rate has narrowed. And the total population is steeply rising in spite of all these phases. The total population is rising. The fertility in India is beginning to decline. You see the crude birth rate in 1901 is 49. In 2016 it was 20.4. So it's almost more than half is reduced. The rural-urban difference as far as the fertility is concerned is narrowed. The crude birth rate in rural areas is continuing to rise. Total fertility rate also started declining. In 1991 it was 3.6 and in 2016 it came down to 2.3. In rural areas, in 71 it was 5.4, urban areas 4.1. By 2016 it is much reduced to 2.5 in rural areas, 1.8 in urban areas. The total fertility rate is highest in Bihar, that is 3.3, the lowest in Tamil Nadu, 1.6. So we can guess the trends in fertility as well as the type of society they are having, the type of healthcare they are taking. We can guess from these figures, right? Fertility rates, we can know how far they are concerned about reducing the population. The birth and death rates also shows the trends in India. Both are declining. In 1951, the birth rate was 41.7. By 2016, is 20.4. The death rate in 1951, 22.8. 2016, it is 6.4. The growth rate in India. Prior to 1921, the growth rate was slow. After 21, the population explosion started. So 1921 is called as a Great Divide. There was a steep rise in population. Population exploded and it never stopped. 1951, the annual growth rate was 1.25, 81 2.22, 91 2.24. By 2001, 1.93, 2011 1.64, and in 2017 it is estimated 1.2. The growth rate is being kept under control. Further decline in the death rate is already declined up to 6.4 in India, and in many countries it is controlled. In all developing countries, is controlled between 5 to 8. In India also it is 6.4. It is a healthy sign, but further decline may not continue because the easy part of the mortality is conquered. The deaths from infectious diseases, epidemic diseases, famines, and all we are able to control through the advanced medical science. Now the difficult part remains with the environmental sanitation, because as the population is growing, the sanitation part is neglected. So we have to take more care on sanitation and climatic changes, and the nutritional aspect we can improve further, and as the population is growing, industrialization, urbanization is growing, non-communicable diseases have become very common. The genetic diseases are already there, and we are consuming more genetically modified food because more food has to be supplied to the huge population. That's why genetically modified things are available by so many factors. Genetic diseases are coming, and we are not able to control this part of this portion of the mortality rate. The causes of high birth rate in India. There are certain static phenomena in India why the birth rate is high. That is universality of the marriage. Marriages are universal because every boy and girl must marry, and most marriages take place as the age crosses 20-21 years, like that. Early marriage, and in rural areas and tribal areas, the marriages are much earlier. Even at the age of 13 years or 14 years, they get married. Early puberty, because of hormonal changes or civilization or consumption of the drugs or various activities, early puberty will give rise to early marriages. Low standard of living, the low literacy, because the knowledge will be very limited. They don't seek the health advice. That's why the fertility will be high and the birth rate will be high. The traditional customs and habits will also add to the high birth rate. Adoption of the family planning habit is not up to the desired level. These are the causes for high birth rate. The causes of declining death rate in India should also be discussed, because we have achieved a lot as regards the death rate is concerned. We have achieved almost nearer to the developed countries with Sri Lanka or with Japan. If you compare, we are nearing to the death rate of 6 and 7 because of absence of natural chicks. Large famines are not there in the recent future, in the recent past. Large epidemics and pandemics were not devastating. Epidemics are not taking place. Of course, excluding this pandemic of coronavirus, which has come recently and making panic everybody. Mass control of the diseases like smallpox, yellow fever, malaria, and epidemics like plague are all controlled, which used to take millions and millions of people to the graveyard. Advances in medical science, development of the antibiotics, development of various insecticides are protecting us from dying. Better health facilities available, more infrastructure developments in the form of primary health centers, rural health centers, community health centers, various clinics. So health facilities are available, and health-seeking behavior of the people is also improved. Impact of the national health programs, various national health programs have come up since independence. They are taking care of each aspect of the disease, each health problem. So that's why there is a decline in the death rate. Improvement of the food supply. Food supply is also increased. No more food stimulated to produce more food to the larger populations. The international aid is also available for each country at the time of need. social awareness of the people on health and disease because of media or education or information to internet and all. So people are very much aware of their health, they're very conscious. That's why early health seeking behavior improved. That's why the death rate has declined. Now, this is the demography in India. Under 15 years, we have got 32% of population. 15 to 45, we have got 48% of the population. More than 60 years, we have got 8%. More than 65, 5%. Why I'm telling you this is because this is the productive age group, and this is the age group where we have to concentrate our efforts in the form of health education or in the form of promoting contraceptive devices, contraceptive methods, and if they have completed their family, we can advise terminal family welfare measures. Thank you. Thank you.